What up, guys? This is Josh. Y'all might know me as TNA WWE Fan 94. I'm going to be doing a review today of TNA Wrestling Live, Savannah, Georgia. This is the ticket. Anyway, I did a version of this already, but it didn't turn out too well, so I'm going to redo it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the pictures of the autographs are going to go first. As you've already seen, they're all first. And there's a few I'm going to talk about, but I'm mostly going to talk about the show. Like, I'll show you one of the main ones I'm going to talk about. Alright. Y'all, alright. I went up to Madison Rain. This is in the middle of the show when this happened. I'll explain it when I do the whole review of the show. And I went up to her and she's like, "Hey, sweetie, what's your name?" I said, "Josh." And she's like, "Okay." And she signed it. And she signed her autograph onto this photo. But it's cool what she did. She put, "To Josh, love Madison," right there. This is probably my favorite knockout next to Velvet Sky. And she did that, and I'm like, I was like, "Thank you." And as I was walking, I was like, "Madison, you're beautiful." And she goes, "Oh, thank you, honey." And so yeah, I love doing that. The one thing that pisses me off is the security was being dicks and wouldn't allow me to get a picture with her, so that sucks. And then I got the King of the Mountain, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. I met him after the show. I'm going to talk about all this. I want to get right on to the review. I met him after the show. He's a nice guy. When you meet him and he's not in character, he's a very nice guy. I was like, "Thank you for bringing TNA to Savannah." And he said, "No, thank you. Because without the fans, we wouldn't be able to do this." So, pretty cool guy. Jeff Jarrett, Double J. Now, this right here, this is something that I really liked. I'm going to go ahead and, right before I start the review, I'm going to just say this. I paid probably $160 for this entire thing. I paid $50 for the ticket. I took $60 spending cash, and I paid another $50 for a VIP backstage pass. And when I got the backstage pass at the end of the night, I got to get in the ring and get a picture with Scott Steiner. This will definitely be going in a frame and be put on my dresser. Great picture. I wish I would have got to talk to Scott. They were rushing the line. Now I'm going to get right into the review. Alright, what's up, guys? This is the start of the review. I arrived at the Savannah Civic Center at about 4 o'clock, and I was waiting in line. I got the $50 ticket that I got allowed me to go in an hour earlier than the originals, than everyone that's paid for the normal tickets. Everyone with the $50 ticket got to go in an hour earlier and get autographs and get everything they needed and get seated. And I was waiting up there with some wrestling fans. We talked about WWE, TNA, same old, who we liked, who we didn't like, dream matches, TNA Invasion, WWE Invasion, stuff like that. So when we get there, it's almost time to go in, and Don West comes out. And everybody's cheering for him and cheering for him. And it's like, alright, listen. When you go in there, you're going to need something for these guys to sign. And they try to play it off like it'd be a $200, $300 book if you got all these autographs in it. He said, you're going to need the TNA program. Now keep in mind, this program right here is not on TNA Shop. It is not on TNA Shop. You can only get it when you go to TNA Live. It is the TNA Live 2011 TNA Wrestling Official Program. Everybody that's in TNA right now, it's in here. Here's an example. Matt Hardy. There's an example for him. Sorry I'm walking back and forth, guys. You're just gonna have to help me out here. I mean, this is my first review, and I'm trying to show you all everything and give you all details. Now, no! Oh, sorry about that. That was my cat. He tried to climb up on there. Anyway, so I bought my program and I went inside, and Don West was standing there, and I'm like, oh, cool, Don West. So I walked up and got his autograph. Then I went to the souvenir stand, bought a Fortune t-shirt. Because Fortune, my boys, AJ Styles. It's a shame none of them were there. None of Fortune was there. That sucked. But enough. I mean, still, pretty cool event. Anyway, so I put my stuff down in my seat, and I went over to the guardrail, and the first person to come out was Shannon Moore. Now, I didn't get Shannon's autograph because I was too busy getting his picture, like you'll see right here. Alright, anyway, I got Shannon's picture, and he kept walking, and then up come Jesse Neal, and I'm trying to flip through the book, trying to find Jesse Neal's picture, and you know, like WWE guys do, if you don't got their picture ready, they'll pass you on. But Jesse Neal actually stopped. He's like, oh, let me help you out, let me show you where I'm at, and flipped to the front of the book, signed his autograph. Well, I was like, this is pretty cool. He's like, yeah, and walked on. Next come the Freak Rob Terry. This dude is a freak. He is huge. He's big. And here's a picture of me with him right now. Anyways, like I was saying, he's big, he's built. And he signed my book and took a picture with me. He was pretty cool, and he kept walking on, didn't say much. Then up next is the Pope. What can I say about the Pope that isn't mean? Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Not to offend fans of the Pope. I used to like the Pope. He used to be cool, but I heard from a few of my friends that have been at TNA events and a few people that the Pope's a real douchebag at these events. And anyways, he walked up. He was nice enough to sign the Pope D'Angelo Dinero, not just DD, like D'Angelo there. He signed the whole thing, but I'm like, Pope, can I get a picture? And he goes, no, I don't do pictures. I could understand that, but then there was this little kid that was like halfway across the way, the rail, and he had on Pope shades. He had his hair done back like the Pope, the little black kid. Had a Pope t-shirt on and actually had gloves on that he made with like the Pope's diamonds or whatever on him. And asked for a picture of the Pope. And the Pope's big plane kept going on. It was kind of douchey. But then came my boy Matt Morgan. Matt signed my book. I'm like, Matt, can I get a picture with you? And he goes, you got your camera ready? And yeah, he said, only if your camera's ready, buddy. And I was like, yeah. And I handed it to my friend Matt, who I met at the arena. And he went to take it and said, it's messing up. And Matt said, see, I told you. And I'm like, oh, damn. And he's like, all right. Matt Morgan goes, oh, like that. Like right there. I'm going to show you guys. It's alright, buddy. I was just playing. And he kept walking on. So, I mean, I was upset about that. But I got all their autographs. And then they announced that Mickie James and Mick Foley were doing autographs over by the souvenir stand. And so I waited over there and went in line. And it took about 30 minutes for them to even come out. And they came out, and I was in line. I got up to him, and I told Mick how he was a hardcore legend and how he was fucking awesome, like all the shit he's done. He's like, well, thank you. And he signed my book. And I walked over to Mickie James, like, Mickey, why's your arm in a sling? She goes, I split my shoulder last night in Jacksonville during a live event. So I'm like, so you're not going to wrestle? And she's like, you're going to have to wait and see. And she signed my book and kept walking on. And so I walked to my seat. Then I heard that they were doing, you know, $50, you get a backstage pass, go back to meet people during intermission, and get in the ring at the end of the night with a superstar and get your picture taken. Well, what I did was, I went up, my mom and my sister arrived in the arena, and I went over, I said, Mom, can I borrow $50? She's like, what for? You had 60. I'm like, yeah, I already spent that. I was like, I want to get a backstage pass during intermission. So she bought the backstage pass for me, and I went to my seat, and they started the show. The first match of the night, oh, like I forgot this in the last video too, I got Thunder Murphy's autograph as well. They're pretty nice guys, and Thunder's fucking ripped. He's got muscle. The TNA TV title, global title, Legends title, whatever you want to call it, is the best title I've ever seen. I would trade my adult size replica right here of the World Heavyweight title. I would trade this title any day of the week for a replica of that title. Anybody that's got a replica that wants to trade for this, personal message me. Or leave a comment. But anyways, the show started. The first match of the night was Gunnar Murphy versus Shannon Moore and Jesse Neal. Alright, match started, and Shannon Moore started it off by just giving the bird to Murphy. It was a pretty good match. Inc. basically dominated it. The match ended when Neil hit a spear on Murphy, and Shannon hit this little spiral twist. I don't know what it was. It was pretty sick. He hit it on Murphy and pinned him, and after the match, they like celebrated and jumped. Then the next match was pretty okay match, but I liked it for the women. The next match was the Knockouts title match. Nikki came out with her arm in a sling, saying how she couldn't wrestle because Madison Rayne split her shoulder. Madison Rayne came out. I marked out for her. I love Madison Rayne. That's my future wife. She just doesn't know it yet. She came out and said how she kicked Mickey's ass and she split her shoulder, and Mickie James said, and how if she's not ready to fight her tonight, she's not going to be ready to fight her by lockdown. And so Mickie goes, well, as much as I want to kick your ass, I would love to see you get your ass kicked. So I got me a replacement, and she's beautiful. And at first I thought it was Velvet Sky. I was hoping it was Velvet Sky. But it was the next best thing, Angelina Love. And she comes charging into the ring, darted in, and just tackled Madison Rayne, just started beating the piss out of her. And I was upset because I wanted to see her do the thing on the ropes that her and Velvet do. Rub their ass on the ropes and then point to it. I wanted to see her do that. But Madison won when she grabbed Angelina the back of her tights and pulled them down and got the roll up. Anyways, after the match, what I wanted to see happen, after Madison darted out of the ring like a bitch and ran up the ramp, like she was afraid of a one-armed Mickie James and Angelina Love, which she should have been. Angelina did the thing on the ropes, pointed to her ass. I got a good pic of that at the end of the video. Check it out. I got some videos, some video footage, and pictures at the end of this video. But, you know, after that match, it was actually a very good match, solid match. The Freak Rob Terry versus the Blueprint Matt Morgan. Now, Matt Morgan is the biggest motherfucker I've ever seen. This motherfucker is bigger than Big Show. No lie, he's that tall. The Freak Rob Terry came out and he got booed out of the building. Then Matt Morgan come out. He probably got the second biggest ovation of the night. And they had a good solid match. Rob Terry kept Morgan down a good bit of the time. And Matt Morgan started to fight back. I wanted to see him do his elbows in the corner, but he didn't do that. He did a big splash. And kind of like a stinger splash. And Rob Terry took advantage again, threw Morgan in the ropes. Morgan came back with a carbon footprint, won it. And after that, he celebrated with the fans, and then got out the ring and left. So that was pretty cool. Then it went into the third match, and they said, well, no, wait, this was the fourth match. And they said that after this match, it would be intermission, and for us to do whatever. People with backstage passes would get to go backstage. Fourth match was the Pope D'Angelo Dinero versus Matt Morgan. I mean, not Matt Morgan, might be. Samoa Joe. It was a pretty good match. At the beginning of the match, Pope took his shades off like he was going to give them to the fan, and then he just put them in the corner. When Joe came out, he got a huge ovation too. He came out, grabbed the glasses, and put them on a fan, and that pissed off Pope. And it was a pretty good match. Pope dominated most of it. Joe fought back. I wanted to see the Muscle Buster, but again, didn't see it. Saw Joe win with a rear naked choke. Pope tapped like a bitch. After the match, Joe celebrated with the fans and went backstage.